Driving traffic to your landing page. If nobody sees what you're selling, you're not going to sell anything. And I showed you how you can create an opt-in box and then start collecting email addresses so you can have a big group of people that you can promote your product and services. Now, obviously, you're not just going to spam everybody. There's a strategy. You're going to provide a lot of free content so people get to know you, they get to trust you, and eventually, if you have something to offer, it's more likely that the people that stick with you are going to buy from you because you gave them so much free content. They're like, yeah, this sounds like a great idea. Well, that's the theory and that's how it works as long as you provide great content. Now, it's important to understand that there is several ways of getting traffic to your website, which I'm going to discuss right now. So let's say that's your landing page or your website. Well, you have several ways that are free, and free means pretty good, obviously, to drive traffic to your website. The first one is through organic search. This is people typing on Google or in Bing, keywords, and they end up on your landing page. How do you get this traffic? Usually it's because you start blogging, you start creating lots of great content, and then you rank high on the results for those specific searches. A newsletter, we just mentioned this. You've collected enough email addresses. This was free for you to do. You just created the content, and then eventually you get some of those people to go to your website and buy your products. Social media, well, you got your Facebook account, you got your Twitter account, your Pinterest, all these social media accounts where you're also posting your content, your free content, your great content that provides a lot of value, and every time you post, there's usually a link back to your website where you offer them something free or an ebook or an interesting article or a video. Another free way of getting traffic is through referrals. This is people that are linking back to your page, maybe other publications, blogs, people that are interested in talking about what you sell or what you write. A great way of doing this is writing guest posts on popular blogs. So there's a whole strategy on how you do that. You find bloggers or publications that are very successful on your industry, and then you approach them and say, hey, I think I could provide something of a lot of value to your audience because I'm an expert on this area. And then you write a blog post. At the end, as a thank you, the blogger is going to allow you to put a link back to your website, and two things are going to happen. You're going to get traffic from that popular blog back to your landing page or blog, and the other thing is that backlinks or links pointing to you, referral links, give you like what they call SEO juice. They're going to help you rank higher on Google and Bing searches. All right, but if you want to pay for traffic, you can definitely do that through paid ads, and you can obviously buy Google ads, Facebook ads, Twitter ads. And if you have a lot of money and your system is working properly, it's actually a very good way of scaling or proving a concept. Because at the beginning, it's going to take you some time to get that free traffic. You have to post constantly really good content and eventually build that email list, get connections with other bloggers that link back to you. But once you figure out the system, you can start paying for ads. This, I would recommend, if you're going to spend money, to really do some research and definitely drive traffic through free systems. To give you an idea, my entire business for the last 5 years has been run on free traffic through my newsletter, from organic searches, from social media, from referrals. And I have spent very, very little money maybe on Facebook ads just to do some tests. And this is a $500,000 business that I've been able to run without basically doing any paid marketing. So there you go. Now, it's very important that you always track everything you can about where your traffic comes from, what are your visitors doing on your website, and the best way is with Google Analytics, which is a free tool from Google. And I'm going to show you now real quick how Google Analytics looks for one of my products. The product is called Doncar.es. It's a website in Spain that allows people to pass the driving exam. Well, we help them pass the driving exam because we cannot replace real driving classes. What happens is that it's quite hard to pass the driving exam in big cities like Madrid and Barcelona and Valencia. So what we've done is provided an alternative source of information so they can go more prepared to the driving exam and increase their chances of passing the driving exam. This website has been in business for about 2 years. It generates about 2,000 euros a month, and most of the traffic comes from organic traffic. This is people searching for keywords. How were we able to generate that organic traffic? Through our blog, through inbound marketing, which is driving traffic for free by generating great content that gets indexed by search engines. So we do have a blog, and we have several blog posts, very well written, with a lot of value for people that are trying to find information, tricks, and tips on how to pass the driving exam. So in this case, we have this blog post who has generated a lot of traffic for us, and that at the end, obviously, we have a big button where they can learn more about our offerings, how they work, and then a big registration button where they can select on 1 free option and 3 paid options. This is what we do. It's pretty straightforward. Now, from day one, we track all the traffic using Google Analytics to see what our visitors are doing and where are they coming from. So here in Google Analytics under acquisition, this is in Spanish, but basically acquisition, if we go to channels, canales, you can see that there are 4 main channels, which is organic search, direct, referral, and social. Organic search, people typing on search engines keywords that are related to our business. That's most of our traffic. Direct is people that are typically clicking on a link inside an email, on a newsletter, because we've been collecting email addresses. So what we do is we collect email addresses. There's a lot of people that subscribe for free, and we try to convince them of converting into paying subscribers by sending them in a newsletter, and they click on a link. We can track that. Referral, it's other publications talking about OnCar with links back to our website. And social is when we post stuff on our Facebook page. Other people share those posts on Twitter as well, and then we can track that. So that's really cool because you can see what's working, what's generating money. Google Analytics is a very, very complex program, but it provides so much information about what's going on your website. So you definitely should install Google Analytics from day one. Now I'm going to show you a website that is really cool. It's called SimilarWeb, and it allows you to see what other people are doing and where are they getting their traffic from. So for example, let's say that we want to see how Jeff Walker is generating traffic to his website. We could just paste his URL into SimilarWeb, and SimilarWeb, it's going to tell us a lot of information about the traffic, the global rank of the website, the country rank, the category rank, traffic overview, how the traffic is been going. You know, he's got about 90,000 visitors a month, how much they spend on his site, the bounce rate, that means how many people stay after seeing the first page. You want to be this number as low as possible. If it's very high, that means people are just watching one page. Obviously, when you only have one page, most people, you don't have any other pages to look, so the bounce rate is going to be pretty high. But anyways, you get a lot of information, and to make sense of it takes a while, but I'm just going to show you, for example, the traffic sources that we were talking about. You can see that most of his traffic is coming from direct traffic. Why? Direct traffic, like I say, is traffic that usually comes from people clicking on a link inside an email. These very, very successful information marketers, they have email lists with tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So a lot of their traffic comes from newsletters, from its direct traffic. Now, direct traffic, it has an advantage over organic traffic. It typically converts a lot better. So that's why really good information marketers focus on building those email lists as big as possible by providing a lot of great content and having those opt-in boxes on their products, as I shown you before. An interesting feature is that you can also add competitors. So let's say we want to see how one of Jeff Walker's competitors is doing. We could simply just go and paste his URL and add competitor and see how Ramit Sethi is doing. And it turns out that traffic-wise and ranking-wise, they're almost very similar. There's a little bit less traffic for Ramit Sethi, but people spend a little bit more time. They actually watch more pages per visit. The bounce rate is almost identical. And their traffic sources, guess what? They're almost identical as well. Except that Okay, so Orange sees Ramit Sethi. He's got higher referrals, but very, very similar webs. Anyways, I think that's a very interesting tool to see what your competitors are doing. I hope with this, now you have a better idea of the importance of tracking traffic and all the different traffic sources that you can get. Hey, did you enjoy this video? If you want to see more like this, just subscribe here. If you want a free gift, click here. Yeah. Which one is going to be the one you